Hello again, welcome back. This is day 2 of Video Blogging Week 2009. Monday, April the 6th, 2009. So, day 2 of our little experiment, and we'll see if we can keep this up for the rest of the week. Hello, I'm Ian Beaumont, welcome to Viewpoint. You know, I want to bring you a little bit behind the curtain today. I know yesterday I sort of rambled on about various stories that were in the news, but you must have wondered, well, where does he source all this? Well, the truth is, I source it from many different places. I don't tend to rely on any single source for my news. I rely on lots. So, who do we have on the list? Well, we have the BBC, we have National Public Radio, we have the ABC in Australia, also SBS, RTE in Ireland, CNN, MSNBC, loads and loads and loads. The CBC in Canada, loads of different places. It can be broadcasters, like all the ones I've just mentioned. It can be newspapers, the New York Times, the Sun, the Star, the Mail, the Telegraph, the Times. You know, there's many different newspapers I can and do look at from time to time. Blogs like Crooks and Liars, like TV News or Inside Cable News. Or there are other sites too. For wrestling, I tend to have a good look at WrestleZone.com, which I know I haven't referenced that one on the blog too much, but I do actually have a good look at it. And I go searching for all these stories, and when I find something that's interesting or something that generates an opinion in me, I go, okay, here we go, and I start writing up another blog post. I don't just look at ordinary websites. I also, I'm sure like some of you do, look at sites on the old mobile. Yeah, mobile web browsing has become for me just as important as regular web browsing, because it's become almost an essential. You know, I'm out and about as much, during the week, as much as most of us. So, in between times at work, I will sort of grab my phone and I will search for whatever I'm looking at today. For example, if I find something, I'll probably put the link in my onto one of my mail services and go, okay, send that one to myself. That way I remind myself then to look back at the story and say, okay, and put that on the blog for next time. I have once or twice actually blogged directly from the old mobile, but you don't have, shall we say, a lot of time to get things perfect on that, and you're sending it in and you're just hoping, hope it comes across all right. Yeah, mobile blogging is tricky, but it can be made to work, especially if there's an interesting story or two on the when you're out and about. But it's not something I particularly go for as an ordinary means. I tend to like to be sat here at the desk here in the ops center and pick my stories out and say, okay, here's one, here we go. So that's what I do, and that's what I like to do. I can't always find something every day. Not everything gets me particularly angry anymore. angry enough to post in that sense. Um, doesn't always generate an opinion, especially when it comes to the old Bush um, administration. There's a lot of things that have come out since, Cy Hirsch just recently revealed that there was a kind of a death squad that had direct links to the vice president of the time, Dick Cheney, and yet absolutely nothing has happened about it. It's like everybody's waiting for this book that he's researching to come out. Well, I don't think we should wait. But it's like, well, it was the Bush administration. Nothing surprises me about that anymore. So, yeah. Some things that you'd think would get you angry and do get people angry don't always get you angry enough to post about it. Especially when the past has become such a a sort of unsurprising place. No matter what happened, it just never seemed to be. The Bush administration never seemed to do anything very different. It was stuck in one rut and stayed there. Hey ho, that was the way it was. President Obama has changed a lot already, and most of it, not all, but most of it for the better. We'll see how the rest of it goes. Anyway, that's Viewpoint for today. I've waffled on long enough. I do have a tendency to love talking. So it's one of the things I'm trying to work on, to cut down the amount of time I talk on these. I recorded one earlier and it was 16 minutes. It's way too long. I couldn't expect you to sit through all that anyhow. But hopefully you'll come on back tomorrow and watch another edition as we get to day 3 of Video Blogging Week. Join me tomorrow. I look forward to your company. Cheers now.